I used to teach the new members class in our church. And there was this one particular lady I saw you shift. She knew exactly where this story was going. There was this one particular young lady who was coming to the class. And she was a pretty cute girl. But one night at the midweek service, it wasn't a class night, but after a Wednesday, we had service on Wednesday nights like most churches do. We had a midweek service. And part of my job in those days, because the church was still young and growing, I think we were around 300 or 400 members by that time. And I would always lock up the church, trying to help people to get out. Y'all know how church people are. They linger and everybody's talking and everything. And I'm doing the person who comes and keeps flipping the lights. I did that. Keep flipping the lights on and off to signal people it's time to get out. I got to go home too, just like everybody else. And so this young lady had waited around till everybody was gone, and then asked me to take her home. Look at the look on Shelly's face. But in that moment, I'm telling you guys, in that moment, you don't decide in the moment if whether you're going to cheat on your wife. It's a decision that you make before the moment comes. It's not when the moment of seduction comes. You have either decided months, weeks, years before. In that moment, you simply give in to a decision that you had already made and already given yourself an excuse for. Excuses like, well, my wife ain't giving me none. I'm just a man. You know how men are, how we are. We got our needs. If she don't give it up, somebody will. I can always find somebody that will. Oh yeah, those are the thoughts. You know why? Because believe it or not, guys, your wife gonna get that same thoughts too. Hers usually starts off with something like, well, two can play this. Am I right, sisters? So what I'm saying to you is the enemy just plays the same trick on both sides. But it's a decision that you make before the moment of temptation, you decide that you're going to do this. Secret Service men, these are the people who have to guard dignitaries and special people like the president. They don't just suddenly decide in the moment that I'm going to jump in front of the bullet if I hear gunshots while I'm escorting the president. It's a decision that they made already so that when the moment hits, instinctively, they jump right in front of the president and pull him down so that if the next shot that comes, it's going to hit me in the back or in the head. They're not sitting there deciding, who's going to get the president? Who's going to guard the president? Anybody that does that, that made up their mind, I'm not dying for him. It's the same thing for us with our wives and with our children. You make a decision. That's what all of that's going to mean when you stand in front of a justice of peace or have a church wedding and you make those vows. It's not just nice poetry. All of us who have been married, and even in a good marriage like what we have had, the good years, we had no idea what we were saying yes to. Am I right, all the married people? You ain't got no idea. But why am I telling you that? So that you can start making up your mind on these kinds of decisions. When the temptation comes, that's not the time to be deciding, am I going to be faithful or not? You make up your mind. So even though we were having a hard time and we were strained and with nothing happening, as soon as I saw this sister and she came and asked me, can you give me a ride home? It was like instinct. I was like, excuse me, come here. And I went into an office that was in the lobby area of our church and said, you can go in there and call somebody. Just instant. No brainer. No way in the world I'm taking you home. So that's how guys end up in there. Well, it just happened. First I just took her home, and then we was just talking in the car. Then next thing you know, I was standing at the door with her, walking her to the door. And then something just kind of happened, and I gave her a good night hug. And next thing I know, I kissed her. And I know next thing you know. We all know the truth, brothers. Come on. We knew the moment we said, okay, I take you home. Already your mind went to the morning after. From that point on, it's just like kind of playing a scenario to see how far will she let me go.